2020, what a year it has been. We all started this year off with New Year's resolutions, goals to achieve, new opportunities, but it all came to a halt when the pandemic hit. Lives were changed forever, mine included. So I wanted to make a video to tell the story of how I, a girl from California, ended up living here in France, lost in a country where I don't speak the language, don't know anything about the culture, and didn't know anybody besides my husband. So let's start from the beginning. We started the year off strong. After 2.5 years of waiting, we finally received our date for the green card interview. Our hearts were filled with joy. We felt like we were on top of the world. We had been waiting for this day to arrive, and it was finally here.
Let's try that again. Today is the day. 2.5 years later. We're going to the green card interview. Hopefully we get it today. That would be amazing. But God has plans for us, so we will see what happens. Dun, dun, dun.
The interview went great, and we were so hopeful. Now we were just waiting to see if we got approved. February rolls around, and I met someone very special. This is Penelope. She brought me so much joy, and I brought her so many peanuts. She came to my window every morning for breakfast, and she drove my cat Sophia crazy. In March, the confinement starts. Not long after, Paul lost his job. What happens next was heart-wrenching, and I can remember the day so clearly. I was in the kitchen having breakfast before I left for work, and Paul comes in with tears in his eyes. He tells me they denied his green card application, and he has 30 days to leave the US. So it is official, we have to get out of here. Well, Paul has to be out of here by May 3rd. There's nothing else that we can do to extend it. My passport actually is in process of being renewed, but because of COVID-19, we can't get it renewed or expedited. I've called multiple times. I'm gonna keep calling and seeing if there's anything that anybody can do to help us. So I might have to stay later, but we do need to sell everything. So I'm going to show you guys what we're going to be offering in case anybody needs any items and can help us out. My mom, my beautiful mom, she surprised Paula and I with a send-off from family and friends. Paula and I were overwhelmed with the amount of love and support from the people who showed up that day. It was so beautiful to see everyone come together for us. I can't thank you all enough. We love you.
I love you guys. Thank you. I love you. Over there too. Oh my God, I love you guys.
Paul and I had our tickets for the flight scheduled at the end of April. There was one little problem. I was waiting for my passport to be renewed, and sadly, it didn't make it in time. Paul and Sophia were off to France, and I had to wait behind. Our hearts were shattered. We weren't ready to leave our lives in Pasadena, and we definitely were not ready to leave one another. So now it's May. Paul left the day before my birthday. I was so sad not to be able to spend this day with him, but I was so grateful because I had my mom and brother to come over and cheer me up. This was also the start of my YouTube channel. I wanted to document everything to be able to share this new transition in my life with my friends and family. Here I was in the middle of a pandemic, living in an empty apartment. I was waiting on my passport, but I had no time frame at all, knowing when I was going to be able to receive it and be reunited with my husband. COVID was getting worse, more restrictions were being put into place, and I was scared. I never felt so alone in my life. I needed a hug, a shoulder to cry on, but COVID took it away from me this past year. Everyone, actually. Thank God for my dog Kingston. I don't know what I would have done without him. Him and my family were my rock during this dark time in my life. So I started hearing about people reaching out to their senator and congressmen to help them speed up the process of receiving their passports. So I immediately started making those phone calls, sending those emails, and the response I got was a godsend. They agreed to help me out. I was hopeful. I started manifesting the day I was going to be reunited with Paul, and 3 months later, the day finally came. At this point, it was July. I got it, y'all. We got it, y'all. I honestly cannot believe this day has come. I thought I was gonna cry. I did not cry, I guess, because I've known it's gonna be here on Monday since Friday, but I'm so excited. I can't wait to go home, my new home. This was it. Kingston and I were off to France. I had to get all my paperwork in order, get a COVID test, and make sure everything was in the clear for Kingston. It was the hardest goodbye of all, saying bye to my family.
Bye, guys. Love you.
When I reached out to the French consulate to make sure I had everything I needed, they told me I could only go for 3 months, since I didn't have a visa. Not only that, they told me it was up to the authorities to let me in. It was for sure the most nerve-wracking flight ever. But thank God they let us in.
This is it. She just landed, and I'm in the airport. I'm just so excited to see her. I wonder if Kingston's gonna recognize me or not. Pops! Good boy! Good boy! Hi!
Paul had a good idea.
I'm here! I'm in Paris! We are in Paris! And we're being reunited! After 24 hours, we were finally home.
Is that your bed? Wow.
Those shattered pieces of our hearts were finally put back together. This was the highlight of our year. We were finally together. I was so excited to discover my new home in Aix-en-Provence. I seriously felt like a Disney princess wandering the streets in the south of France. It was the beginning of a new chapter. It was time to pick up the pieces and build our new home together. We were starting from scratch. Not only was each piece of furniture new to me, but this was a whole new world. I was discovering this beautiful country, the beautiful people, meeting my new family. I was in complete awe of this magical place. Everywhere I turned, I saw beauty. The wildflowers blowing in the wind. The south of France was covered in vineyards. Cobbled streets and tiny villages with beautiful terracotta rooftops. I felt like I just stepped into a storybook. Paul and I decided to have a romantic getaway, and what better place than Paris, the city of lights. In all honesty, I've never been attracted to Paris like most people are. When I think of France, I don't picture a big city and fast-paced life, I think of a small village in the countryside. To my surprise, I fell in love. It's true what they say, Paris is the most romantic city in the world. It was one of the most magical moments of my life. When the sun fell down, Paris sparkled. The Eiffel Tower twinkled in the moonlight, and shortly after, it started pouring rain. It was like a scene out of a movie. Fall is here. The seasons are changing. Not only did the season change, but my life changed as well. I didn't have to return to the US. France gave me a residence permit. Things were looking up. Looking back, 2020 has taught me to never take things for granted, to appreciate the little things in life, the air we breathe, a smile from a stranger, a hug from a loved one. It's also showed me how strong my family bond is. The love and support my family and Kingston have given me is what got me through this year. Lastly, it's taught me that change is inevitable. You have to remain positive and accept the changes that come your way. And remember, it will always work itself out. I'm taking all these things I learned from 2020 and bringing them into the new year, remembering to live in the moment and accept the changes that come my way. And no matter how far I am from family, they are always there with their love and support. I hope this new year brings you happiness, peace, and love. Happy New Year, guys. Kingston, where do I even start? I have feared this day and couldn't ever imagine a life without you. The day has finally come, and you took a big chunk of my heart with you. I can't thank you enough for all you have given me these past 11 and a half years. You have taught me unconditional love, the true meaning of a soulmate, how to live life on the edge, because boy oh boy did you always keep me on my toes looking after you. You also taught me how to be strong. When life got tough, I had to stay strong for you, for us. It is so hard to stay strong right now without you by my side. My heart is filled with all our great memories we shared together. I could still remember the moment I first saw your face. You were just a little butterball and you were mine. The relationship we had together was like no other. We were the best of friends, and we were so connected it was sometimes scary. Sometimes we would even have the same injuries at the same time. We fed off of one another's energy. I miss my little shadow, hearing the dragging of your feet on the floor, seeing that smile of yours and your big brown eyes light up whenever we went on a car ride. I miss your snuggles. Thank you for giving me that one last snuggle on the day you left. You chose to leave on New Year's Day. I like to think that you waited to go in 2021 because you wanted to help me get through one of the most difficult years of my life. Thank you, Pops, for being the light of my life, my best friend. No one will ever compare. I will see you again, my love. Mommy and Daddy love you so much. Run free, Pops. I love you.